Hi, so in this video I'm going to talk about the Casio ProTrek PRC 2500 or 2500. So this watch is actually older version of you can say PRG 270 Casio, that are the new versions, and I will tell few differences of this watch with the newer versions and what are the good things about this watch or about this version rather than as compared to the other or newer versions. So this watch is actually self-charging ABC package. ABC means the altimeter, the barometer, and the compass. So ABC package it contains, and it contains wear time of 31 zones and 48 cities. So it contains 5 alarms, 24-hour stopwatch, countdown timer. Countdown timer is basically till 60 minutes or 1 hour. And then there is the moon phase, and you can say tide wave, as you can see right here. And along with that, this watch actually is of course the robust case. As you can see, it's pretty much used still. You can say the glass is actually protected by this side bezel, and in this version this bezel is not movable. In few other versions there is bezel you can move right or left, but in this version it is fixed one. And you can say it is one of the toughest watches if you see, if you compare with the G-Shock or other Mud Masters. And it is water resist up to 20 bar, that means 200 meter. And if you see the newer versions or the other version like Sunto, they are actually going till 30 meters. So compared to this it's like 200 meters. So yeah, you can say in this case also this watch win the race. The diameter of this watch is 50.6 millimeter. Thickness is 15 millimeter. It is not too much as compared to if you see the other watches like here. This watch is actually uh, the old Casio one. So you can say it's a bit thicker than that, but of course it contains much more functions also. And the weight of this watch is approximately 80 grams, so it's not too much, not too heavy on your wrist. And I personally actually like this watch very much because this watch contains a lot of functions that even digital watches, or you can say the smart watches, does not contain it. So that is the one thing I like about this. And the other thing that I like about this watch is of course the self-charging. So you don't need to worry about, okay, you like bought your Apple Watch for 300 euros and then you have to charge every, let's say, I don't know, I never used it 4 days, 5 days, or 2 days even. Like mostly Samsung watches, I think they do like 4 to 5 days if you use all the sensors. So for this you don't have to worry about that because there is the solar panel. If you see this part, this black inside the bezel outside the screen, is actually the solar panel, so it does charge. And if you see here, let me try to zoom or focus it. If you see here, there is a battery, so low, medium and high. Now it is on medium, so it will show that it is on high, it is on medium, or it is on low. So in this way you can see this thing also on this watch. So you don't have to worry about battery anymore, unless you do not store it in pretty like dark place for, let's say, for months. So yeah, this is one good thing about it. The second good thing about this video and about this sorry watch is that it prevent accidental pressing of the buttons. So if you see here, there is this kind of boundaries that will prevent the button for pressing. Let's see, if I want to press this button, if I'm pressing it straight, I cannot press this button. In order to press this button, I have to press it in certain angle. If you're wearing it, so it will not press with you when you tilt your wrist or something like this. So this is good thing, and you have to press it then like this on this side. And let me go back, so I will show you other functions of course along with the video. And if we go further, then you can see that the adjust button is not on its own place, that is this place. Mostly if you see, the adjust is either, most of the watches actually contains, Casio watches contain here, like you see of this watch, the adjust button is right here. But in this watch, the adjust button is, instead of here, it is here along with the light, and light is also not here, where mostly because there are other buttons that is taking this side of the watch. So if we move further, then you can say sensor in its place are actually good, but these sensors are V2. So it are, they are version 2 or the older version, because of the older version of watch. So only you can say a little bit bad thing about is, you can say sensors are a bit slower, while in the new watches there is version 3 that are a bit faster. And sensor here, like let's say altimeter goes to the minimum unit of 5 meter, but if in the new version you see, the minimum is, I think, 1 meter. And the compass here also work, if you press it, the compass will work for 20 seconds, while in the newer version it work for 1 minute. And so you can say like they are slow, but they are still accurate. So of course they consume more energy because they are older versions, they are not using the technology that saves the you can say the battery. But still this battery will work for you, I would say 6 to 7 months for one single charge. Like also you don't have to charge it from some electrical charger, you just have to go to the sun and have a sun bath, and also along with that charge the battery of this watch. Yeah, so I would say the only thing that lags is this, and other everything is better than the newer versions also. And if you see home screen, hopefully I think you see everything. Home screen actually shows you everything, like you can see here the day, the tide, the date, the month, the barometer, the hour, minute, seconds, the battery charging, daylight saving time. Today actually the daylight saving time started, so yeah, it's the first time this watch is showing to me daylight saving time. Yeah, so actually it shows everything, but now you can argue that okay, it does not show actually everything. It does not show you the year. So actually, if you have to know the year, I would say that the year is not changing every day. So year, I think you should know New Year. You know because you celebrate it. So after that, I think you remember the year, what year you are in. But in case if you want, you just press this adjust button, and instead of tide wave, now you can see the year 2021. So yeah, hopefully that resolves the problem. So let's move on and let's see what else this watch contains. So one thing, if you see, the new watches are the, you can say the baby G's. Baby G's actually for, of course, the women's. But if you look at the G Shocks or the newer version of ProTrek also, then many watches does not contains a strap that you can change. So in this way there is screws, so these screws you can actually lose it up, and you can put any other strap. Even you can put the leather strap if you want. So this thing shows that by going in the further in the into the future does not mean that you're going right, I would say. So yeah, in those watches you can only use the factory one. So yeah, that is one good thing about this watch also. And if we see, there is this graph area, that is the green area, that shows the barometric data. And if we see that there is one more option in this watch, is the tilting light. For example, I can try to show. So if I do like this, and if I turn on here, you can see the green light. That's the backlight of this watch. Pretty awesome, pretty good. But there is one more function in this watch, that it does the same thing as these watches. So if you tilt it, the screen is off. If you tilt it back, the watch screen is on. So in this watch also, the thing is that you can set that option by tilting this. You can get back on and set screen light without. Of course, it will use a bit battery in this case, but yeah, that is of course it depends on your choice. And as I already told you, there is this solar panel on the side, and that is also saved by this bezel, because if I touch this then it will not touch the screen, so it will not ruin anything about the bezel itself. Okay, so let's see anything else. So here we have the three sensors button, the A, B and C, altimeter, barometer and the compass itself. So basically, actually for these sensors, I will make another video, because this video will get lengthy and not everybody want to use those functions. Of course, if you're buying, you might want to know how they work, but I will tell you in the next video. So for this video, we will actually just go through the buttons, what they does, but not in details. So now let's see, wherever you are, let me go to, let's see, I am in this menu, let's see in alarm. So wherever you are, you press the mode button, keep pressing and hold it for some time, it will take back you to the home button. So that is one good thing about it. You don't have to keep pressing like this watch, like you press it, then press it, then press it. Then if you want to go back, you have to do full. Of course, that you do not have to do in with this watch. So one more good thing added to this list. And now if you want to adjust the time and thing, then I will tell you about it also now. So let's suppose you want to change any of the thing that is shown here, like minute, hour, date, month, day. So what you need to do is you need to press and hold the adjust button, and when you see the blinking, that means this thing is going to change, and you can change by either pressing this or either pressing this button, altimeter or compass button. You can press and you can change the things which you want to change. And look, for in this case I can go from Paris to Madrid and go back to again Paris. So this will go back, this will go forward. So if we press it, Madrid, press back, Paris. And if you want to toggle through the menu, through this menu, just I'm trying to figure out where you should not see the light. So if you press mode, it will go to the next thing, that is the day saving time actually. So DST you see here. So this is because day saving time today started, so that's why it is on. But if you want to turn it off, you press this button, altimeter, to put it on auto, or you want to put it on off. And why there is an option of auto, that I will also tell the story behind it. So let's keep it on, because today it just changed today. Okay, now let's move forward. So after this, if you go to mode button, press again, it will go to 24-hour time if you want, or 12-hour time. So by pressing the altimeter again, you can change the 24 to 12-hour. So in my case, I want 24, so keep it there. Then again, press the mode button. Here you can see the second. Now seconds are below 30. Before 30, then you can, if you will press the alt button, it will change the reset the seconds to 0, but it will not increase the minute, if you see, to 0. Now in the other case, if I want to change the second and the seconds are above 30, then if I will press the button of the alt, or to change the button, change the seconds, what it will do, it will increment the minute itself also. So in this case, if I see like, okay, now it's 20 seconds, so I will of course try to change it, and I will show you how to do it. So if you see here, it's now 30. Now if I press it, it will increase the minute to 13. See, so that is also one thing about this. And then if we go to mode button again, it will ask you for hour. So hour, you can go this up or go back. And same for goes for the minute, and then for the year, same goes for the month and day. And then there is this option of beep. So here if you change to mute and beep, so what beep does is, whenever you will press the button, any button, it will do like make the sound of beep beep, like just like this. Of course a little bit change voice, but yeah, it will do like that. And if you'll put it on mute, it will not does that. And you will see here, I will try to show you. Here there is a very small music sign that is turned off. That means it is on mute. So if you are on home screen, you can see there also. So I will put it on beep back again, and then there is LT, or if you change from the altimeter button, LT1 and LT3. This does the duration. LT1 means if you will turn on the light, the backlight, it will turn on for only 1 second. If you will do for 3, then it will turn on for 3 seconds. So let's keep it on for a long time. Then this is power saving mode. So PS is on or off. Now PS, when the power saving is on, what it does, it you can actually store in a dark place for a long time. What it does, it will close everything, and it does actually for the night also. For example, at night 10 o'clock, what it does is, or 11 o'clock, or in the dark, you put it for some time, it will close the screen to save the battery, and until you will press any button or you will put it in the light, it will not show you anything. So that is actually saving the battery in this way, you can say. So let's keep it on. That's a good thing. And then you have this option of the settings of degree centigrade, like the unit of temperature, unit of height, and unit of pressure, that is HPA. If you see here, I will try to show you. Yeah, okay, here. So in this case, you can set it using this, and you can toggle it. You don't have to go like around for everything. What you need to do is, for if you want to change the temperature, you can change from Fahrenheit to centigrade with this button. So this unit will work with this button. The second unit, meter, if I change, then the altimeter will do for the meter. So meter to feet. And if you want to change it, the pressure, in this case the barometer button will does that for you. So that is one good thing about also it. So let's make a list and add it to it. And then you go back to the time. So let's suppose you adjust everything, you already adjust it. Then what you need to do is just press the adjust button, and it will stop blinking, and that means you are on the home screen without the edit mode. Okay, so hopefully you are liking the video. Now let's go further, and of course not for the sensor part, so let's go to different modes. So now you are on home screen. You can see the barometric data, the tide wave, the month, day, the of course the day name, Sunday. So year, daylight saving is on or off, here beep is on or off, any alarm is on or off or not. So if you go to the second part, here you can see the tide data. So for the tide data, I will skip this part. And receiving, so in this ways it is actually not receiving, it's recording. So in recording also is actually connected with the sensor. So I will cover in the next video if I need to, or if you want me to. And if you mode next button, so it contains 5 alarm. You can see alarm 1, signal, alarm S4, alarm 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can toggle between using these two buttons, as I said, the compass and the altimeter button. And of course, if you want to change the alarm setting on or off, you just press the middle button or the barrow, on, off, on, off. And if you want to adjust it, of course you have to press and hold the adjust button for 3 seconds, let's say, which I told you before. It will again rotate like alarm 4 or 1, which you want to change, what time you want, and everything. So it contains 5 alarm and 1 signal. Signal, if you go, signal is the hourly chime, you can say. So if it is on, it will beep after every hour, and if it is off, it will not beep every hour. So let's keep it off. Let's go to next menu. There is stopwatch, which you can actually, with the altimeter, you can start and you can stop, and then you can reset with the compass button. So it's a little bit complex, but once you get along with it, it's not that much like the rocket science. You go to the next, there is the timer. So for 4 minutes you can adjust it using the adjust button, press it and hold it for some time, and if you want to start, it will start the timer, and if you want to reset it, reset using the compass button. If you go to next mode, there is word time, and for that I don't need to tell, of course you can select the word time how you want. Now this is interesting part, that receiving, and that is amazing thing about the ProTrek or the G-Shocks. So what's good thing about this is that this shows now on the 2nd and 8th. So 2nd of, let's say, August it is. So 2nd August, 3 to 3 o'clock, it took the last time signal to get the timing or accurate timing from the radio towers or the towers. So basically there are 6 towers or 6 stations in this world, and it is getting from the nearest station the time, so it sync with it. So in case you are in a place where you don't know anything about time goes off somehow, you got back your charging by sun, and then you want, then what you can do is it will toggle, it will actually receive the signal from the nearest one. Let's say you are in California, so it will take the nearest station. I don't know, I never been in America, so let's say Houston or somewhere which is nearest one. It will take time from there, and you can manually turn it on or turn it off also. It depends on you want to do it or not. So in this case, you can see that when you see this signal, this blinking here, that means it is on and it is trying to search, and based on the signal, you can say strength, it will show L1, L2 or L3. So it depends. If you are not near any station, you might want to keep it like off. So what you can do is you can turn it off using the altimeter button. So on, off, and these two main buttons are the compass and the altimeter that does the changing or incrementing or decrementing. So let's go to the next button, that is again the home button. And in the home button, of course, if you won't want to see the title, you want to see the year, you can press that yes button and it will show you the year. So I think I explained everything, and here of course instead of just there is a sensor where there are 2 screws that you can open and see, but I would not recommend that, and I would also not recommend you to store this watch for like let's say months in the dark place. Of course, if power saving is if power saving is on, it's okay, but still it will ruin the battery and you might need to change the battery. So if you see here the low, medium and high of battery, so if it is low, that means it will only keep the timekeeping option, and for sensor and everything else it will close it. So that is also one good thing about this watch. And the meter, you of course you can see the altimeter, and so here is you show the tide, and here in the green area of this you see the barometer, the barometric data about it. And I suppose I covered everything. If you have anything else to add or to ask about this watch, then you can ask me. Yeah, about the price, so a price for this watch actually, no, of course it's old watch, so if you're getting, you have to pay, that thing also, that it is old, so you have to get it expensive. Some things are more expensive when they are old. So this watch right now on Amazon, yesterday I checked, 260 euros it was asking, plus 17 euros of the, you can say, the transport or whatever shipping. So in this case, if you see convert into Pakistani rupees, it is almost 50 to 60,000 rupees for this watch right now. That's pretty expensive. Nobody wants to get it until you have a lot of money. But yeah, that is the price for this watch also. But I think this watch is still not my favorite. Like I have other watches like this, or you can say I have an analog watch also, and then you have this smart watch. Here you can change the screen and everything. But yeah, but still I like this watch very much. It's pretty good, straps are very soft, and it contains everything that you need. And the main thing is you don't need to tilt it or press it like this to get the time. So every time you see there is time in here. So hopefully you like the video. Kindly share and do not forget to subscribe the channel, and thank you in advance. So see you in the next video. Bye.